we're going to get some work done on this session.
Maybe.
We really want to get some work done. We're going to do the whole motivational speakery stuff in a little bit. But first things first, I really want to get to work. So grab a pen and a pad for me. Just grab a pen and a pad, something you can take notes with. Electronic device is fine. But grab something you can write with. And the first thing I want you to write down is how long do you want your career to last? Right? So if maybe you're a nurse and you want to be in the game 20 years, you write down 20. Right, maybe you're a doctor, you absolutely love what you do, you want to be in the game for 30 years, you write. For you, right? Whatever it is that you do, write down how long do you want your career to last. All right, we got that number? Beautiful. Second thing I want you to write down is how many years have you been in the game already? Like how long have you been going in your career so far? Okay? And when we write these numbers down, don't do the judgment thing of oh, I kind of only want to have a career that lasts, 10 years and then I want to get out and I want to retire early. That's your business. You don't have to show this to anybody. Right? So write down real numbers for you in your life. First number is how long do you want your career to last? Second number is how long have you been in the game already? All right? Right under that, I want you to subtract that bottom number from the top number. We're going to find out how much time you have left in this career that you're currently doing. So subtract the bottom number from the top number. And that should represent how long you have left in your current career. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can quantify it with 15 years, but what if it's when you feel away?
We're going to get there. You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. Yep. You're an overachiever. All right, so we should have some kind of a number. Just shout one of them out. Somebody shout out a number. What's the number that you're left with? 20. What else? 24. Somebody else? 10. Beautiful. Okay, here's what I want you to understand before we move forward. That number on the page right now represents a percentage of your life. I need you to understand that. It's not just a job. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not a clock in, clock out. It's not a salary. It's not a yearly number. It's a percentage of your life. So I don't know how long you guys have to live. Some of you got 60. Some of you got 80. Some of you guys are going to live to 100. I don't know. But that number that's on the page right now is a representation of a chunk of your life that you get to spend. So what I want you to do is I want you to think like you're at the divine deal table. All right? God's sitting across from you on the other side. He pulls up a chair. You pull up a chair. And he says, here's the deal. That number that's on the page right now, you got to give it to me. I'm taking it. You're going to invest this time into a career one way or another. What can I give you that makes it worth it? That makes this deal, this exchange make sense? So if you said 20, you're going to exchange 20 years of your life one way or the other. Unless you win the lottery. And if you do, I want to make sure we're friends. But you're going to exchange it one way or the other. What would make it worth it to you? If you're in the healthcare field, I know a lot of you are. Is that making a positive impact on 100 patients? Is it making a positive impact on 1,000? Is it saving a life? Is it just seeing somebody smile? I don't know what that is for you. But what makes it worth it? Because you're going to spend a piece of your life one way or another. What makes that worth it for you? I'll give you a few seconds to write that down. What would make it worth it? What would make that exchange make sense? What would make it make sense for you? See, for me, a lot of people see what I do now, and they think that I probably had dreams of being on stage, and I wanted to be a speaker my entire life, anything like that. It's the furthest thing that could possibly ever be from the truth, right? I was an introvert my entire life. When I tell you I was an introvert, I don't mean I would talk to people and get sweaty palms and weak knees type of introvert. I mean panic attack type of introvert. At least twice in my life, I would be in front of people, and I'd be in a social setting, and I would have such a deep, soul-crushing level of fear that it would trigger a panic attack where I had no control over my motor functions. I would have to go to the doctor because it literally caused a seizure. That's the level of fear and panic that I would feel. Talking sometimes even one-on-one or in a small group of 5 or 6 people. So I never, ever, ever wanted to speak. I never wanted to coach. I never wanted to do any of the things that I currently do for a living. And what changed everything for me was I went to a gymnastics camp